There was another JQ debate. This one was between a user named Halsey and Mike Enoch. We've seen Mike Enoch before. He is the guy that debated Tree of Logic. So Enoch repeats the Muslim lie that Jews stole land from the Arabs. Now, Halsey actually knew his stuff on this. Just like South Africa, the native population hadn't been able to figure out how to farm the land, and, Halsey explained that the Jews drained the swamps, and then they settled the land. The cities were settled by both, but there was a lot of land that that the Arabs couldn't figure out how to make use of. So it wasn't just actually draining the swamps. It was also they had to desalinate the water and set up irrigation. All of these things were things that the Arabs just couldn't figure out how to do, especially all of them together. Now, where Mike Enoch's argument keeps breaking down is that he wants to forcibly eject citizens with ancestry in the United States going back prior to the 1965 Immigration Act. For example, Jews. So he kept saying, like, how is it different from, Jews in Palestine and Israel? Well, the difference is that Jews are just, in Israel, they're just preventing a certain type of person from settling there in the future, whereas the USA is fairly settled, and he would have to, for his ethno-state that he wants, he would have to eject citizens. So that's a huge problem. I think most people would be on point with getting rid of illegals, and a lot of people would like to see something done where there's no more anchor babies, and I think a lot of people would still even be on board with finding a way to legally pull citizenship from anchor babies and to eject them. But as far as, for someone like me, all of my ancestry goes back before 1965. In fact, all of it goes back 100 years. My grandmother was born here in 1916. So, and that's on my mom's side. On my father's side, I go back to Betsy Ross. So, I go way back. I have like Pennsylvania Dutch and stuff like that on that side. Immigration reform is an issue. Like I just said, immigration reform is an issue that many people can back. But Enoch blames all Jews for it. And something that I've been discovering is that Irish Catholics have actually had a huge hand in this as well. So I do consider myself both Jewish and white, and I actually have some Irish ancestry. Most of my ancestry is German, German Lutheran, German Catholic, and, I have Irish Catholic ancestry, German Catholic ancestry, German Lutheran ancestry. So, I'd be only at most 10% ethnically Jewish, but probably I really don't even know. It should be less than that. Now, I think the first thing that would be done would be to reverse the immigration trends. And when it comes to that, I definitely agree with that, and I think a lot of people agree with that, and getting the laws changed and getting a wall, these are things we definitely need, and I think everybody agrees on that, from the centrists through libertarians and conservatives, as well as the alt-right. I think we all want immigration trends reversed. We all want the wall. We all want the illegals sent away. We have some bleeding heart people who want to let the DACA people stay, but a lot of us also understand that just gives too much hope to people in other countries that, well, they gave them amnesty. Oh, well, let's just bring our kids there because, in 20, 30 years, we might get amnesty. I mean, didn't we do this already? Didn't we play this game when Reagan was president? Didn't we? How did that go? I don't think that went very well. All right. Saying right-wing Jews are rhinos, that's flat out wrong. It's flat out incorrect. Everybody I know is basically a paleoconservative. I mean, I know like one or two Jews who are also leftists, but almost every Jew that I know is not, I don't know any rhinos. I don't actually know any rhinos personally. Or even not just personally, like Facebook friends who are Jewish, they're all like paleoconservative. Most people are very concerned with immigration. Immigration is a huge hot button issue. Even 10 years ago, one of my friends actually, well, I'm not Facebook friends with her anymore, but a Facebook friend that I had at the time, she went on a rant one time on Facebook and she's like, I'm sick of pressing 2 for English. I'm sick of seeing all these ads on the subway in Spanish. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. And then she ended and she's like, rant over, and everybody crowded in to the comments section of her Facebook post and said, no, I feel the same way. So, and all of her Facebook friends are probably Jewish because, we tend to have a lot of friends who are Jewish when we're Jewish. So, now, JF at some point cut in and said that there are 10 million people who support the alt-right. I think he's delusional. If he has some kind of statistic, I think the people that are saying this are probably not aware of what the alt-right entails. Also, 10 million isn't... It's still a pretty small proportion, but I don't think that it's that high. I think more people would support an ethno-state than would support the constant Jew hate. I mean, the thing is, the alt-right makes no distinction between leftist Jews and just Jews. And, they try to say that every Jew who is a Republican is a rhino, and it's just not true. Just not true. Like I said, everybody I know is, concerned about immigration, concerned about, our Constitution being upheld. I know a lot of people who are very pro Second Amendment. Everyone I know is, well, when it comes down to the LGBT thing, it gets a little trickier because to some extent we can get more libertarian when it comes to that stuff, because unlike Christians who want to tell everybody like what to do, we have this thing like Jewish law is for Jews. So except for there's the Noahide laws that apply to everybody, and that's like, don't murder, don't like eat a live limb off a human being, basically 10 Commandments type stuff, really basic stuff. And, but so in that regard, while we don't accept the LGBT lifestyle within, like, you can't be a rabbi in the Orthodox community and be homosexual. They actually they've had huge things where rabbis have signed stuff. So they don't agree with that. But I think it's different. Like I said, it's different from other religions because we don't really tell people what to do unless they're Jewish. So Jewish law is for the Jews. Like, we don't try to make other people follow our Jewish laws. So they're just for other Jews. Now, there's plenty of people who would support immigration reform, including the meritocracy, immigration, and most people, though, don't talk about wanting to deport. He used the word deport, but the word is actually exile, not deport. American citizens. So, like I said, people would probably be on board with deporting or exiling anchor babies, like pulling their citizenship, because a lot of people feel like they shouldn't have it in the first place. And, by the way, it was an Irish justice who put a footnote in on something and just decided that this is what we're doing right now. And I think it should probably be challenged, actually. I think a lot of people actually want that policy overturned. And also they were talking about Nayland and this guy Ari Cohn that came after him. So this guy Ari Cohn came after Paul Nayland after CNN wrote a hit piece on Paul Nayland. I don't know if Paul Nayland knew about this hit piece. I know because somebody tweeted out, a conservative Jew was like, no, I was hoping we could back him, you know, I was hoping he was, is this true? At which point I told her not to trust CNN, but then Paul Nayland basically turned into, I mean, like Halsey said, he started out fine, and then he just, like, he got all nutty. I mean, I think people don't break out into anti-Jew tirades because the left-stream media messes with them. You know, you're running for office. It's just insanity. Anyway, so that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Was basically my notes from the discussion or debate or whatever between Halsey and Mike Enoch. Thanks for stopping by my channel. I will see you all next time.